But when I really clocked I was in the hood, London Fields. Imagine we go to view the yard. We went to view the yard in London Fields, bro. We walked back down to the bus stop to go back to our house in Main Street. Yeah, because we've already viewed the yard. Yeah, we're going to take it, boom. So my sister she knows members from both of the sides. So at that time, I think Balance, I don't want to mention names. Anyway, look, certain people are beefing certain people, yeah?
Yeah.
So we were in Fields now, we're at the bus stop waiting, and then we see one Donny running, like sprinting, but then he stops. This is how I know Donny was tapped, because he was sprinting from ops and he stopped to say hello to my sister. So I was like, okay, cool. Everybody's like,
your sister must be someone important, boy.
She was just, you know, she's just like me. You're one of them cool people that everybody knows.
Yeah.
Cool. I could tell he was running so much because it was it was cold that day. You know, one of them days, it's not really snowing, but it's blitz.
It's cold, yeah.
It was cold that day, and Donny backed up his top, like, he was running that much. As soon as he backed off his top, you could see the steam coming off his body. I remember it vividly. Yeah. Then another two guys come up the road. They're with him, but they're clearly slower, so they can't keep up with him. They said call to my sister, whatever. I'm saying call.
Yeah, the Donnies that got 5.5 on the bleep test.
100%. Too much weed. Then we see 30 men coming up the road. So it clicked in my mind. No, do you know what? At that age, I thought, right, they were all together and these lot were just ahead of them, and then they just joined later. But they're chasing them, man. But what it was is up ends were riding out to Fields and then chased them out that day. But there was only like 3 of the Fields guys. Obviously, they're going to run. No one's going to stay there.
Yeah.
But they're also saying cool to my sister. Because clearly my sister knows everyone, innit?
Everyone, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this is a bit mad. But when I get home, obviously my sister's talking about, like, I can hear conversation about it with my other sister. She's talking to my other sisters about it, and I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, bro, like, them man were chasing them. At that age, I'm like, what were they going to do to them and stuff like that? Like,
yeah. But
then as I grow up, obviously as we move into the area now, as I grow up and I recognize, Ross, them man could have got hemmed off that day.
Yeah.
And it's tight. I was just at the bus stop trying to get the bus, big man. I just moved around the area. Decent house. But that was the first time I realized I was in the hood. Like, before that, we didn't really see any gang business. We didn't see any problem. The most we did in the old area, Morning Lane, water fights. That was the most, bro.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm only seeing certain things because I'm young, right? So a lot of things were hidden from me. Fair. But that's when I first realized I was in the hood.
See, I feel like, because I grew up in an area where it was predominantly Asian people, my hood experience is a lot different to other people.
How? Why?
Because you see the way, like, when you're growing up and wherever you're living, you know who the hood men are, you know who the olders are, you know who's the maddest older that everyone's scared of, and you know who the ops are, or you know the areas that's like, it weren't like that for me in my area where I was growing up in King's Cross, because it was just predominantly Asians, and the Asians used to beef the Asians a lot. There was one street called Cromer Street, and then another street in Camden called Drummond Street. CSP, DSP. That's what they used to call themselves. Their gangs.
Like, delivery company.
Yeah.
I'm like, are they still around? I might get them off.
No.
Okay. You sound like
they are still. I actually don't know if they're still around, but you won't get them. Don't worry. And they used to just scrap each other, but you'd hear about it, never see it. I'd never ever see it. Then so I used to always wonder, like, so where are these man beefing? Because we never ever see where these men don't ride out into the area where we're seeing the madness. And the local youth club was right, like, my block was here. It was at the bottom. It was connected to my block. It was at the bottom of my block. So I'm seeing everyone come in and out.
Yeah.
And over the years, when Usman took over, that's when
you was making it sound like it's like you lot doing the mad thing.
No, we just all grew up. We started off as a group of friends kicking ball, and then.
Does that include any of the men in that? Whoa.
Now with us?
Yeah.
No.
I would like to meet the man that you grew up with, you know.
You know what's crazy? Everyone's just doing their own thing now. The guy I was telling you about that was meant to come on here. Remember I was telling you?
Yeah.
He was a part of it.
Yeah.
No. Remember a couple of weeks before that, there was somebody that was, I was telling you that's, and me and him had a little.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but because it was just Asians, but there was one day where I clocked, okay, their beef is real.
Okay.
I was going to my boy's yard and the older Asian lot the ones that everyone was scared of, and you hear that name, like when you hear that guy, like he's that guy, he's the murderer or he's the killer or whatever. Kimsey. Like that, yeah. So he's like
Kimsey's so rad at the fields, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, I heard he robbed someone's bike.
Bro,
like Malik was telling me
we sold someone
bike.
the bike. We sold, I think it was, I don't want to mention names, but we sold someone the bike. My brother sold him the bike. He rid the bike from my house. You know where Seamus lives? Yeah. From Seamus's house to the shop.
Yeah, and he got robbed. Yeah, we're talking about the same one. We're talking about the same one. Mad, didn't it? Sorry, carry on your story. I'm so sorry. Go on. Yeah, so then I see one of the Asian Donnies shouting at someone in the car, shouting. And then he picked up a big rock and he smashed the car window. And then he pulled out a shank. Bro, the shank was like this big. I'm like, where did he even pull it out from? Because my mind didn't process where it came from. You gotta walk a certain way when you got that shank on you, bro. Bruv. So then the car that drove off, but in order for the car to get out of the whole area, it had to go all the way around like this, and then the main road was there. Okay, so yeah. As they've driven round, these men are butt. They've just cut butt up on the other side. Fam, when I say to you, they dragged man out of the car. The way they done, man. And me and my boy are just standing there watching the whole thing. Look up, everyone in the flats just looking out the window. It was back then when no one would whip out their phone and record. It's just everyone's just watching. Better times. But seeing that, bro, they chefed him up, they punched him up. He didn't die because the feds came and locked off the scene, but he didn't die. But just seeing that opened my eyes. Like, these men are really out here